A few
Yeah.
seconds, and we are live. Okay. Well, welcome everybody
Good.
to Phoenix. This is our last meeting of the year for Phoenix Business Exchange. We're concluding 2025 with this meeting, with all of our things going on, and I hope you had a good chance to address your goals, to address the things that you wanted to address by the time you got to this point. We still have probably a couple of weeks or so before the year, but as far as being connected, we can still do that. We can still call our members and do all the things that we need to do to make things happen. So if you're joining with us, stand by because I will be presenting today, and we're gonna have some fun. All right. So
Good.
just give you a little idea of how Phoenix is doing so far. They've still got things going on, but this is our website, and it is at pbex.ca or phoenixbusinessexchange.com is our tag, and this is really where everything happens. We have member of the week. Oh, that's myself. Wow. Okay, we get around, I guess.
That's good.
So there's my e-card and other things. We have various chapters that we've got coming up. We've got four at the moment, but right after New Year's, we are going to be launching or relaunching our midday segment, where mostly Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursday mornings between 8 and 9 Eastern time, we are visiting with each other, having our meeting here, and we do have a once a month after hours group, which is happens usually on the first Tuesday night of the month. And then the midday basically will be able to satisfy the middle of the day people. These are ones that can't meet in the mornings, and still would like to do that weekly thing. So we're going to be trying that segment to see if we can get some people together. There's a lot actually that are taking kids to school. There's a lot of meetings happening in the morning, so this might be right up your alley in terms of a afternoon, early afternoon, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock sort of segment to try to network and again connect to other businesses. All right. Our East Trade Winds. Now, East Trade Winds is happening for next Tuesday with Bernie Fransgrove. I believe that is the last meeting of the year. Okay,
That's
so visit us with that in mind on. Every Friday at 1:30, I do a free meditation class just to give the businesses just a breather for the week. It's a great way to unplug for that hour. That if you got stress happening, especially now, I saw this one post this morning where it said we can take our regular anxiety and switch it for Christmas fancy anxiety. And there's a lot of things going on right now with all the running around that we have to do to end the year. We also have gifts to pick up and just to basically and kids are going to be ending school, I guess, within the next week in many cases in our area. I'm going to be seeing my grandson more, so I'll be laying more time out for him, that kind of thing. And so this is where it all happens. We have a sound bath coming up next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is again a great way to be able to release a lot of the tensions you have for the month, the week, or whatever. The theme for this is stillness in December. It's for us to be still and to be us to be connected that way. Penny Lee has her NIA Movement is Medicine classes, which is amazing. And she has also her potluck happening tomorrow night at 6 p.m. It is an in person event, it's not on Zoom. So let us know if you want any details or click that, that button to get more information there. Okay. And as far as our Canada Food Cupboard goes, this is the charity that we had this year, and it was a real honor to be able to help our local food bank with Cara Lee in that area. So we really appreciate all the people that contributed to that. And Mike Volotsky, amazing man. He really helped and came through for the Canada Food Bank this year. So really helping there. We also had that golf tournament that we had that Bernie Fransgroth that organized, and it was amazing. It was a great way to get out, and we thank all the people that were part of it, and had some fun raising some money for that charity. Okay. As far as numbers go, we're at 185,000. Our goal is to get 200,000. But realize that even though this is the last meeting of the year, the first meeting when we come back still counts for everything we did in 2025, because it's all of the business that we got together in the end of the year. Okay, we had 4.9 million, just about 25,000 under the 5 million, which was our goal, and we're looking forward to that. So far, we've got over 7,800 business referrals since we started, and that's really, really great, because all of those would have gone to other people outside of our group. So this is what we do inside, and it doesn't mean we have to look for the various ways that we're looking for people to be able to invest in the group itself. We might know people that could use some of our services. So and that's really the power, is not so much what we could do personally to each other, but who we know, and exchange that way. So you can get a room full of literally, 14 or 15 people, and that would really come up with literally thousands of people. Most people that are in business for 3, 4, 5 years already know 150 people, 100 people maybe. But we have a lot of people that have, 15, 20, 30 years in business. And so they know thousands of people. And they are really powerful in that way. So this is where the power really is, okay? So we're going to get some word of wisdom from our mortgage honey, Jacqueline Richards. And Jacqueline, what do you have to share with us?
Well, today I will say that I have a podcast, and I'm going to take a little morsel from the podcast we had yesterday, and it's infinite integration. And this little piece I want to talk about is sacred service in action. And Tony talked a little bit about it, in that the ways that we will celebrate, the ways that we find opportunities to give. So, with this sacred service in action, I want to talk about three ways, reflect on three ways that we can naturally give. And I would love for you to consider identifying which way works for you. Which way do you measure your response, your results? And maybe it's this week, next week, or in the coming weeks that you decide to take a look at what balances you within how you give sacredly. Three tips to consider. Consider being honest, not being idealistic. We have so many beautiful family functions that happen. And is it being honest in what you're giving? And it's not just physical gifts, it could be um, the smiles, the hugs, the letters that you write. Maybe you write holiday cards to them, or letters of, this is what I did this year, and I'm so grateful that you had a hand in it. Name how you actually give. Either it's emotional or it's energetic. I'm a yogi. It can be energetic. Could it be financial or creative? I had a conversation with a good friend of mine that she has space in the local mall. She's a lawyer, and the mall gave or left little origami animals in each of the stores so that they could see and um, be restored in this beautiful opening of business. Second tip, match the energy. If you give time, give some to yourself. If you give wisdom, invest in your own learning. Match your energy. Then the third tip is schedule some forgiveness in yourself. Schedule some self-giving. Self-giving. Put it in a calendar. I know I put mine on every Wednesday night. I give myself a beautiful glass of water, which could be tea. It could be, well, you name it. Schedule yourself some self-giving. And the benefits in that, I have to tell you, it prevents burnout. When you are honest, not idealistic, you are allowing yourself to exchange for you the nervous system circulation. The second benefit is to strengthen your boundaries. Boundaries match your energy and then improve your service. It helps the quality when you decide to nourish yourself. It nourishes your business, it nourishes family and relationships. So become a little clearer about what you want to do because there's so much strength in the actions that you offer. Thank you. I was thinking, was I
Yeah,
on
sorry about
mute?
that. I had to
I
find
wasn't
the
on
mute
mute.
button.
That was the longest soliloquy I've heard ever.
That
That
was
was
great. I just
Papa.
wanted that really
You're
hyper
awesome.
extension of the climax there. That was great.
I love that. Take time for yourself too. You give and also, yeah.
Yeah, and that silence was very well placed because we need silence. We have so much noise in our society. I'm going to talk about that more, but. Okay, well, let's go into our introductions. At this time of year, what services that would might change in the different ways that you provide things? It could be a seasonal thing, and let's start with Q and Q after you do your infomercial and what exchanges you've done. We want to know what you're doing for Christmas, what your plans are. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. My name is Q, and I'm the intern lady of the group. And to begin, wish you a happy holidays. Wish you and your loved one a joyful and warm season. And this time of year is all about gratitude, togetherness, and taking care of the people who matter most. And speaking of taking care of those we love, here's the fun fact you might not know. That life insurance is actually one of the oldest financial products in the world, dating all the way back to ancient Rome. Soldiers would pool their money to make sure their family were protected if anything happened. So it's truly a time-tested way of showing love and responsibility. And today, it's easier than ever to get a life insurance policy because it can help secure your family financial future, cover important expenses, and give you peace of mind. So you can focus on celebrating what truly matters. So this holiday season, consider giving your family the gift of lasting security. It's a gift that truly lasts a lifetime, more than a cookies or fruitcake. Q from World Financial Group, providing you with financial peace of mind when you need it most. And for this holiday season, it's about celebrating with a lot of my friends for me because my family live kind of far away. Oh yeah, it's gonna be parties back to back to back. Thank you.
That's the best intro I've ever heard. That's awesome. Very nice. Okay, and over to Jacqueline.
Ruby, I get to say that Bank of Canada thought it was okay just to stall, pause on raising or lowering interest rates. And what does that mean to anyone at this moment in time? We are still trying to figure that one out. It would have been spectacular if we saw a drop. However, maybe it's not the season for Bank of Canada to consider that at this moment. There's so much information about why it was held, and I can fire that off to you when you're ready. Drop me a line. We can have a conversation with regard to how does that impact what your next steps are, if you and when you will decide what to do with the equity in your home or paying out debts or helping family members in this season to buy a home. Gifted down payments are possible. Maybe that's in your agenda. When you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, take a long, deep breath, lift your shoulders, take them back and drop them down, and contact your mortgage honey. I'm tickled pink to be hanging out with family. Q, I have lots of family, sometimes more than I ever knew. Babies arrive and you didn't know. Adoptions have happened, you didn't know. Um, it's great to have a conversation on Zoom with family members who are abroad. I've got family members in the UK, in the United States. I have family members in Africa. And it's incredible to take the time to find out how are you and what's new. Did you take a long, deep breath today? Joy.
Okay. Okay. So you've got that. You've got the Christmas. You put the Christmas thing in there. Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. And over to Sam. So how's your driveway, Sam?
All cleaned up. Thank you there, Tony. Had to use the snow blower this morning. The plow put in it was a good foot of snow there at the end of the driveway, and I thought I'd do a favor for our daughter before she left. Sorry for the delay. Anyway, Sam Stewart, connectedcars.ca. Let's see here. There we go. There's my contact information in the chat. Let's see. Dash cameras are my main thing, but also do other minor repairs in cars, oil changes, brake jobs, wheel bearings, suspension work, things like that. Uh, and what I talked about this week, when if you were there in the Wednesday meeting, was different kinds of motors that are in cars today. There's all kinds of things you can get, like electric vehicles, hybrids, fuel injection, turbocharged. Anyway, if you missed it, if you have any questions when it comes to your next vehicle, what I would recommend getting or staying away from. Bernie wasn't too thrilled with what I was saying yesterday, but hey, I call it the way I see it because I get to see all these vehicles and the pros and cons of each. Anyway, what's been going on? Let's see. We had the Christmas do Saturday, and I attended, and those who were there got a nice Christmas gift of a toque, connected cars toque. I also gave out a bunch yet last night with my squash buddies that I play with. So actually one of them had his two kids there, and I gave one to each of those two kids too. They were thrilled, which was kind of neat. Anyway, let's see. Besides the Christmas do, let's see here. Oh yeah, Terry Fraser. I met with him last week, and we're doing some estate planning in regards to our future because we have a cottage. You know, if you have a house, you're fine. If you have a cottage, too, you gotta deal with all kinds of crap. Trying to get away from the tax man if you can. Let's see here. Plans for Christmas. Well, as usual, we're going down to Kitchener. See family, because most of my family and my wife's family are in the Kitchener Waterloo area. And I understand Bernie has relatives a little bit further west than that in Woodstock, which is about, what, not even an hour away from Kitchener. Uh, let's see here. And after that, if those don't know, we're heading off to Australia come the beginning or the end of December for a long trip in an RV. We're finalizing things, getting people to take care of our house while we're away and our driveway and all kinds of neat things like that. And oh, by the way, Kat, I'm going to be going to Newcastle. I didn't realize that, but we were planning things out, and there is a Newcastle, Australia. So, so I guess we're going to be going at least through it anyway on the way between, let's see, Melbourne and Sydney. So I noticed that last night in the map. That's it for me, Sam Stewart, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle. And I do driveways too.
Really, Sam? You do driveways? Yes, yes.
You do driveways.
Our
Okay,
own,
this is
our own.
awesome. I know it's just a matter of time. Just anything to do with cars, even if it's yeah. So what's the deal with people backing up and not cleaning the end of the driveway and just trying to go over that snow that the plow just did? Does that mean like a new muffler?
I have a story like that. It wasn't long after we moved in here in, I guess, early 90s. Our neighbor actually did exactly that. The snowplow had gone by, and it was a good, not as much as I saw this morning, but it was at least a good 6 inches. And she had a Honda Civic, and she tried to drive through it, and she got stuck. Don't recommend trying to go through that. Not a good idea. Get somebody to shovel it if you can't shovel it. 'Cause she got stuck, and they had to call the tow truck to get her out of there.
Yeah, some people will equate that she didn't go fast enough, so you got to be careful. But that
No,
just means something's gonna go,
that's right. You cause a lot of damage to your car, especially these plastic parts on a cold morning. They don't do well with impact when it's cold.
Yeah, the oil pan is plastic too. There's a lot of damage that could happen with that because your
A
whole
lot of newer
underneath of the
cars,
car has to go through this.
a lot of newer cars actually have the oil pan is plastic. You know, don't recommend getting a car with that. If you do get a car with that, change it over, please, because it's just a matter of time when that thing's going to get hit by a stone or something, and you're going to have oil pan leaks. And next thing you know, and worse comes to worse, right? Your oil lubricates your engine. So if there's no oil, there goes the engine.
That's right. That's right. It's I don't know who thought of the plastic oil pan. That just yeah,
Our
it's just
our our
even the
son's
metal ones
F-150
will bottom out.
our son's F-150 has a plastic oil pan
Really? The
On a truck.
150
on a truck.
On
on
a
a
truck.
truck.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Bernie, would you like to do Kat's intro if she can't
Yeah, you know what?
sing?
Absolutely. So, folks,
Yeah.
Cat, Purple Panda Marketing, I'm going to play a little video here. So that's going to be coming up in a second. And just as a quick segue, I posted it earlier. Anybody that's inside Phoenix, if you have material you want to share with other Phoenix members across the social media network, reach out to Kat, give her the details. She'll populate it out there and promote it. So, without much more ado, let me swing over to my share button with the sound on and find that video. And hey, there it is. And here we go.
I'm going to apologize because I got a fantastic idea from Matthew. So I'm going to go with this autumn or fall, as you like to call it in Canada. I want to make your marketing snow. I want you to get business coming in. I want everybody to see your posts. I want them to be sharing your posts, engaging with your posts, buying your products and services. So if you or somebody you know fancies getting some of that amazing deep Canadian snow that you get, but in your marketing, I'd love to have a chat with you. Thank you.
And share. And so reach out to Kat. She can provide you a great service, and she's also pretty astute in paying attention to the minute details, like when things start and stop, so you're not populating information that's already kind of spent and done. And so for myself, I'm assuming, Tony, I'm up next.
Yes, sir.
I'm kind of psychic on that one there, like
You're psychic.
yeah, the logic kind of kicked in all of a sudden. What can I say? Bernie Fransgrove is my name. Creative Insight is the name of the company. What I do is connect people. I connect businesses. Part of it's through East Trade Winds. Part of it's through Canada Growth Network. There are different services we offer. The Knack for Business podcast. All these are mediums where people get to share contact details. Great forum for cross connecting, and some folks are here because that bridging happens. And conversely, they've met other people at East Trade Winds, and yeah. And right now, where the Canada Growth Network has a special offer inside Phoenix. If you're looking to have that promo that we were running for Black Friday, it's going to stay static with Phoenix. for current members or someone who wants to come into Phoenix as a much like the digital e-card is an added bonus. That $39 $1 month free trial or the 1 month dollar trial, and then $39.95 thereafter. Locked in. That offer will remain to any of the new members coming in. So that's just the allure and another reason why to join Phoenix. Over to you, Tony.
And for you for Christmas?
Christmas? Oh, maybe getting one of my cars back, getting the snow tires in the other one. Just be a charm bracelet there. So I got an email saying my snow tires have been shipped and will be arriving. So on the 19th or 18th, whatever that is, 19th, it'll be a Friday. I will have tires installed on my vehicle. I know, just cutting her thin. Needless to say, I was not driving anywhere last night. The other one's in the shop, and between warranties and brakes and figuring out what parts, it's just a schmozzle. It's like, okay, drive less, Bernie. Okay, I can work with that. And sometimes those hiccups sometimes are like, you dodge something. So I'm good with it. Otherwise, Christmas, the real Christmas will be probably eating way too much. There's anything from a Boxing Day poutine special happening that my daughter's organizing here in the Ottawa area for family. And as Sam was mentioning, Woodstock, and it's an hour out of Kitchener. Depends what you drive, how you're driving, Sam. It could be 30 minutes, depending who you're following. Yeah. Well, I've had days where it hasn't been fast, and I've had days where, like, holy smokes, I'm not going fast enough. You never say that to a German or a German descent person. Yeah, we boogie. That's kind of what's happening. So it's all good, and smiles. Over to you, Tony.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bernie.
Oh, Sam, go ahead.
Yep.
Thank you, Bernie. Sorry, I forgot one thing. Yesterday, a friend, Matthew Ledard, came by. He had done a brake job on his vehicle and damaged one of the boots on his brake caliper in the back. And I assisted him with getting the new boot installed and replacing it with the torn one. So I forgot to mention that. So I had another customer, or BAM, or whatever you want to call it. Just
You fix Matt's booty. Nice.
You got his boots. Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. That's not what a booty call is, eh? No. I think.
Oh, no. I was going. Well, was it a front brake or back brake, Sam?
The rear brake.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Oh, Q, what are we gonna do?
I know. We're unhinged today. Well, it's in December. It's one of the times of the year where we have a lot of stress, and there's for many people, actually, Christmas is a very difficult time. I saw one there yesterday. Their father passed away 4 years ago, literally 4 days before Christmas. So you can only imagine what that was like. And so when that anniversary comes up, there's always that reminder. All right. And this person came in, and I just love when people, when they have a mental thing going on, that they want to eventually do something about it. They're trying to work it through themselves, and time does change things, but for some people, not so much. If you're still looking at whatever happened, to your pet, a loved one, and it's been 10 years or 15 years, and you're looking at it as if it happened still last week, those are the people that I'm looking for, because they think that it's been a total loss. It's only been a physical part of that person, but there's so much more to us than what you see in the mirror. And when we do that, we're looking at things in a different way. So through a couple of tuning sessions, we can actually, in a different way, get you to communicate to this entity. My father passed away in 1980 at about roughly, it was exactly 1 month before Christmas. And I got to tell you, it was really difficult to be able to open up a gift because he would buy gifts ahead of time and wrap it and just put it away. So, having a gift that you're opening that was from your dad, then it was quite the thing. But I learned early on that there's a part of you that is part of that person as well. So they're never gone. They're just in another room. It's like you being in the living room, and then you hear their voice. Obviously, they're right in front of you, and then they move into the kitchen and they're still talking. Do you know people like that where they still talk and they're not in the room? Yeah, that our family's like that. We just keep talking. We're in another room and we're just assuming everyone's listening. But it's like that where we still have that communication even though you don't see them. The same thing happens on your cell phone. You're on your cell phone, you're talking to your loved one, and you hear them, but they're not in front of you, but you have a device that it basically takes their voice and you still have a very good conversation. So when they pass, it's much the same thing. There is a way to communicate with that energy. So because they're going back into pure energy, we have to take, when we come in, when we're born, we take that pure energy and we equate it to a physical body, which means everything slows down. It's just like, because when in a full lifetime, let's say the average life is what, 80 years? I think the average life now is around 80, 82 years of age. For spirit, that's like a blink. It's like they get up, go to the fridge, come back with a drink, and 80 years have gone by. So there's no time that they go through. So when they pass, they don't realize that they only see your body, and that's how they equate the time, because ours is slowed down so much that it's in a much more denser area. So to be able to communicate to that loved one, you've got to meet them halfway. You don't have to go right to sixth dimension. That's kind of what we call the pearly gates. That's sixth dimension. But you don't have to go that far, because they will make themselves heavier to come down. And if you can make them yourself lighter, they'll meet you about halfway. And that's great, because in this way, you're able to communicate in different ways. They communicate with red cardinals maybe coming to your door. They have butterflies. They can communicate with many things. They could blow light bulbs. They could do so many things to be able to show that they're around. Okay, so this is sort of the idea. I have a new meditation that just came out. I had this vision that Spirit gave me about several days ago, and it was about stillness. It was about just having the time of day where you're just not doing anything. You're still. And it isn't where you're lazy. Some people will say, well, if you're not doing anything, then you're lazy, or you just feel like it's a waste of time. All right? But we do need moments of stillness. I remember a documentary that was done where this crew from I think it was just outside of New York wanted to go to Africa to be able to help with a village that so the women, they have to walk like almost 3-4 miles in that to get water. So they'll walk that, and they got to do it several times a day. So they're walking this distance, and they're saying, well, we should help this town. So they did a proposal saying, we'll come to you, we'll pay all the flights and that stuff, and we'll bring all the machinery to be able to get water. So it's right in your village, so you don't have to walk anymore. And it was turned down. He said, we could bring water right to your village and nobody has to work. But then when that idea was given to the village, we could have these people come over and they could give us water. And all the women said no. And then he says, well, why not? We're doing that. Because what happens is this is their time of stillness. This is their time is when they get away. They don't have to hear their husbands or anything going on. So they get water to get away. That is their excuse. That because if water's right there, they don't have an excuse to walk for, God knows how long would it take to go 3 miles, which is about 6 kilometers and back. It'll be an hour, a couple of hours, maybe a couple of hours at least. And for them, that was their stillness. That was their time for themselves. So the water was just an excuse to be able to find that time for themselves. And women enjoyed that sort of stillness in themselves. So in some societies, that is still a very important part of it. And it makes, by the time they come back, they've solved all their problems in their head. Sometimes when we go for a walk, we have, before we leave, we have all these stresses or I got to do this. We have this checklist in our head. But then when you go for a walk, you walk your dog, you do your various things, then you realize by the time you come back, you're a different person. You're no longer in that same headspace. Somewhere along the line of the, stepping over the stumps and going through the woods, and if it's snow, you're going through that. If you got good boots and so on, and you're chasing your dog and you're always calling for it and so on. By the time you come back, it just seems like you have the same problems and the same challenges, but you're looking at it in a different way. So you might have a solution to some of them of what to do. And most times, it'll tell you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything about your brother freaking out because of something and there's all this drama. And you're saying, well, what do I do with this? And sometimes it's nothing. That's what they are going through, and you just leave it alone. And so we end up backing up a little bit there. So it is really beneficial in that way. But I just launched this new meditation this morning. It's called Stillness in December. And it basically shows and this is the longest meditation, by the way, I've ever created with Spirit. I think the longest one that I did was about 24, 25 minutes a number of years ago. And this one is over 50 minutes. And I said, well, no one's going to listen to this. But the thing is, with the sound bath, and I'll play you a little bit of the raw sound bath or the sound journey that I did. And then from this, I added some soundtrack just to make it more meditation sort of motivated. But the sound bath itself was the core, and it's a journey. So the various sounds that you'll hear and the various things that we did was the root of this meditation, all right? So we basically took the 52 minutes and just added some soundtrack and a few extra tuning forks, and then boom, that's our meditation. So most of the sounds you won't hear because they're in the low frequency bowls or whatever. You might hear some of the tuning forks that I did during it, but the core of it was very low, and the gongs that we played very low. But they have a frequency that brings stillness. If you could see yourself sitting on a stump, and let's say there's snow all around you, and it's snowing really lightly, and you're overlooking a lake, I mean, for some people that would be boring, but for me, I could do that for a couple of hours easily, because I have time to go into myself and be able to just... Have you ever heard of silence being so quiet that it screams? Have you ever heard that term? Have you ever been in a place where it's dead quiet, but it's like yelling? Okay? That's energy. That's what you're hearing. And when you go into that state, anyway, what I'll do is I'll play about 5 minutes of the core part of it. We're actually using this video for those that if they are wanting to get my weekly classes coming to you. It's like a membership. It's like $5 a month. So each episode is like $1 or something, But when that hour that I spend, and people can't make it because they're working or they're away, when the whole thing is over, I record the entire podcast or the video podcast, and then I send it to those members. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of the of that sample. So if you have earphones or a really good speaker or something like that, if you want to put them on, you'll find that you'll hear it a little better. Okay, so external speakers or earphones, headphones, that would be great. Okay, so we're just going to play just a few minutes of this, and let's see what you feel. All right, hope you enjoy this. This is for the Stillness in December meditation. And here we go. Okay.
appreciate God.
Okay, so that was the essence of the stillness in December. So we used 50 minutes of that. That was only like 5 or 6 minutes, but we it goes on, and we bring in the tuning forks and so on. And by the time you get to the end, this whole story is for you to relax and get to this mode of stillness. It is said that if you can attain this true stillness, the Creator will present itself in front of you. Because stillness is that same vibration. It's within all of us. But when we are so distracted, there's so many things to do, so many noises that we have, we never get to this stillness part. And this is why we have so much anxiety. Because when, if Sam could tell you that if you have an engine and you're running it at 5,000 RPM, it'll do it, but it can't do it indefinitely. It'll do it like when you can. But that's kind of way we are running our bodies, isn't it? We always have 400 things to do every day. Even as we fall asleep, oh, I forgot to call Joe. Oh, I forgot to do this. I guess I'll have to tack that on to tomorrow. Rather than just realize, you did all that you could do that day, and you did the most important things, and tomorrow's another day. Rather than finishing the day thinking that it wasn't that productive, that puts a lot of pressure on the next day, because that day is going to also be very busy for you. But you need some time to be able to turn your engine off, to turn everything so you're idling. It's just the type of thing within our bodies that it needs. Your whole nervous system needs this rest. This is why when we go on vacation and you mark it down on the calendar, June 14th, I'm going on vacation. And that alone, when you put it on a calendar and you could see it, is already slowing down your nervous system, because there's anticipation of rest, that you're just gonna, like in Q's thing, one party after another, and somewhere in there you're gonna maybe go down to the ocean or go down to a creek or something and just watch the water go by, or just watch the bees, or watch the trees. There needs to be some form of rest and stillness in your life for you to be a fully functional human. Okay, I think she has to go outside. Yeah. I think she has to go outside.
He wants me to go upstairs.
Yeah. So this is where it all comes in. So this meditation that I just launched, it's on my my podcast for meditation. If you look at the link that I have in the chat, one of them is the meditation that we have, and that one just launched this morning. And the other one also launched on my other podcast. I have two. One is all meditation, all one after the other, and the others are where my classes are on Fridays, and we have the meditation within the whole class itself. But a lot of people wanted to go right to the meditation, so they wouldn't have to, sift through the information part and get right into the meditation. So the thing is, it's 52 minutes long. And the story about that is your body will just start to realize that it can get into this stillness. They're saying to listen to it at least 3 times this week. And that there's still work to do. Is at the end of it, you're still thinking, do I have the roast in the oven? or your mind is still going. It might take a couple of times before you realize that you and your environment are the same vibration. And if you think it's a little different, then you're not quite there. In other words, if you're in the woods, I want you to be part of the trees, part of the creek, part of the rocks, that because our DNA is the same. It's the last 3% of our DNA that makes you who you are. Your hair color, eye color, the fact that you're human, you're not a gazelle, you're not an elephant, but the DNA is very, very similar to all things. And it's the last 3%, believe it or not, that creates the differences in the animals, differences in humans, whether someone is going to be a different color or whatever. It's all that same. So your DNA is vast, and you are the same as a tree. It's just you're in a different form. Okay? So when you get to the stillness, that's when you gonna get rid of all of your human stuff, and now you're part of whatever environment that you're in. Okay? Okay. Thanks a lot, Bernie. And yeah, so this was. I hope you like that, and hope you can listen to that meditation. But you'll need an hour. Again, I've never heard of a meditation go longer than the stuff that I've done. But this one, Spirit says you need that 50 minutes plus to be able to get to this zone. And yeah, if you get there, send me a text. I'd love to hear your experience. Okay. So okay, this is our meeting for today. Thank you very much for coming in, everybody. And do you have a quote there, Bernie? You can put that up.
Yeah,
Or it's
totally
already in?
do.
Yeah.
It is now. The true entrepreneur knows he'll or she'll keep trying forever. Maxime Lagacé.
I like that. And for those that are watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, or LinkedIn Live, thank you so much for being with us. And it's been a pleasure to be with you. And so there won't be any meetings until the 5th of January. That's the first Monday of 2026. Be safe. Watch your driving. Make sure you don't text and drive, especially with the snow. And I know Mike and Sam is really up on that. It's bad enough in the summer where there's lots of traction and we could stop on a dime. Not so much now. If you're on ice after you feel something, that's another thing. So hopefully you'll pay attention, because there are people that are very stressed at this time, and they're sometimes not thinking, and they're in front of a bus or in front of something, and we want you to make sure that you're not distracted. Okay, all the love going to you and your family in this 2025 26 time, and we'll hope to see you in 26. And it's going to be an incredible year. We're going to give you some predictions when we come back as to how 26 is going to play out. And so we'll see you then.